Hello everyone, so today I'm going to show you what settings to use with a LiPo radio control charger to charge a car or a motorcycle battery. This is the battery for my motorcycle, and since we're stuck inside during the virus, I thought I'd service it and get it ready for when we are able to go out. So essentially I tried cranking the engine, the lights would come on, etc., but there'd be no cranking of the engine. So essentially, it's not dead, but it had not enough juice to crank the engine. I actually hooked it up to this battery charger, car battery charger I bought from Lidl about a year ago or so. And after about 5 minutes of being hooked on, just some magic smoke came out of it and it completely died. So I probably wouldn't recommend buying this because so far it's only charged one car battery and whatever the 5 or 10 minutes that it did on this one. So yeah, essentially this is what you have to charge your battery. So I've got my Turnigy Accucel 6. It's hooked onto a sort of like a computer power supply, which I've soldered an XT60 on one end, and that's my input. And then I've got my banana connectors on the output going to an XT60, then go to some crocodile clips. What I'm probably going to do is actually these guys, I'm probably going to chop them up and solder an XT60 on the end of it. This means that I could charge batteries with bigger terminals, and I can also use them if I take I've got a spare battery, car battery that I can take to the field, and I can use that as my input through these ones, and that means that I can actually charge my flying packs while I'm out of the field. So yeah, let's turn this one on. Cool. This is most 4-button chargers will work in a very similar way. So if I hook this one up, I'm actually hooking it the wrong way round, and you'll see it's got the indication of reverse polarity. Most of them will have it, but just in case yours doesn't have it, make sure you hook it on positive to positive and negative to negative. You can sometimes get a few sparks hooking it up. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but you get a few sparks. And essentially, now you need to go into the settings of the charger. So you need to go to system settings. Inside system settings, you want to turn off your timer. So that's turned off. And then your capacity cutoff, you want to turn that off as well. Because most of these batteries will have a very, very large capacity compared to LiPos. So that's it. And then your settings that you have to charge is go to the PB, which is the atomic symbol for lead. So this is a lead acid battery. So yep, let's select this. And then that's what you have to change. So for the charge rate, so this battery, you can't really see it very much, but it's an 11.2 amp hour. That's because it's a motorcycle battery and it's small. Most car batteries will be somewhere between 30 and 50 amp hours. And lead acid batteries charge at a very, very, very low rate compared to LiPos. So we're talking 0.1, yep, that is correct, 0.1 C. So essentially, this one, which the capacity is 11.2 amps, if we're going to charge it at 0.1, you'll need to charge them at 1.12 amps. You can charge them a bit quicker, but I wouldn't recommend anything more than 0.3 C. So yeah, charge at 0.1 C. And yeah, so yeah, we'll charge these one at 0.1 C, which is 1.12. So that's what we'll set up here. no, charge, yeah, and we'll put that at 1.1, and then voltage. Most, you'll see it says a 12 volt. Most batteries will be 12 volts, so this means they have 6 cells. Actually, your fully charged is 12.6 volts, but you'll see the 1p, so essentially 2p. So most of them are 6 cell battery. So select that, and essentially you're now ready to charge. Battery check, and there you go. So that started charging now. So you've got the amount of milliamp hours that it's put in, time, and this is the current. So this battery is actually pretty full because the current's very low. Otherwise it'd be so that's probably because I hooked it up to the little one and it was probably not that depleted. But essentially it will start charging at around 12 volts and then ramp it up to 14. Your current will go up to the max current you'll have charged, and then once you get close to the limit of the battery, when the battery's close to full, it will ramp the current down, and that's it, and keep it sort of trickle charging. You don't have to worry too much about these ones, as you do with LiPos. You have to think that these things, once they're in the car or in a motorcycle, they get constant 14 volts going into them, and they've got constant current going into them. So it's not like LiPos where you can overcharge them. These ones are actually quite happy being charged all the time. So yeah, essentially that's charging. I'll leave it charging even though it's at a very, very low rate, so that indicates that it's probably full. I should probably check what the voltage is. It was probably very, very close after being hooked up to this guy. But yeah, that's essentially how you use it. I will actually do it with my spare car battery and probably start using it in the field. So yeah, thanks for watching. Any questions, leave them down below. Cheers. Hey everyone. So yeah, I mean, this has just finished. It only did 8 milliamp hours. This is probably because it was hooked up to the other battery for about half an hour or so. So that probably gave it enough charge to get it all the way up. But yes, in a normal battery, you would have seen how much you would have got in and what your voltage at the end was. So yeah, make sure you charge them at 0.1C, 0.1 to 0.3C. So this means on a motorcycle battery around 1 amp, and on a car battery you can probably charge around something between 3 and 4 amps. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Cool. Cheers.